All right, guys, as expected, the retribution shall be swift and aggressive. And so what am I talking about? So yesterday, obviously, I shared the data that came out of the preliminary data, the baseline data out of the lean mass hyperresponder study as presented by Dr. Matt Budoff. And the sort of status quo lipidology powers that be didn't seem to like that in any way. Most of them ignore that, but some of them have gone as far as to, one, criticize Dave Feldman's ethics, saying he would do anything to get his hypothesis and his dietary preference out there. There are others that say that this study should never be allowed to be done because it's unethical. Imagine that. Where the science has already settled, the science is already settled, he says, and there should be no testing of the science because it's dangerous to do so. How dare you do that? Another criticism is when they tried to make the study as less dangerous as possible, as least dangerous as possible by excluding people with already significant known disease so that it didn't continue to progress. Now they're accusing of padding the stats or hiding the data or things like that. So it's really interesting to see the response to this because there's a lot of cognitive dissonance going on there. These people are entrenched in their belief system, their dogma. They're almost like religious acolytes, and many of them obviously benefit financially from this sort of lipid heart model, this sort of keeping things going. Again, I liken this to, and no one's out there saying that everyone should ignore LDL cholesterol. That's what they're claiming people are doing. No one is saying that. Certainly, it's not coming from me. It's not coming from the authors. They also say that the people that are interpreting the study don't understand enough to be able to do that. They're too unintelligent to do so, including apparently the authors themselves. Matt Budoff is a world-leading expert on this stuff, probably has more credentials than any of those guys combined when it comes to interpreting CT angiography and its significance, and yet they're telling them that they don't know how to interpret their own data, perhaps. So it's interesting. Again, just to be clear, and I will be having two of the authors on a YouTube Live at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so in just about, well, probably an hour from the time you see this video when it gets published. So we'll be talking for an hour. So come on in, check it out, listen to what we have to say. I will be asking them specifically about this criticism that they've received, as well as to go over the results in ways that hopefully most of you guys understand. Feel free to ask questions. I'll try to have them address those if I'm able to. The other thing is, and I think it's very important to say that, this is a subset of population of people that are both lean and they are free of metabolic disease, basically. They don't have metabolic syndrome and they're lean. That's essentially what it is, right? So you cannot apply this to let LDL cholesterol be sky high if you're not lean or if you don't have good metabolic health. At least not yet, you can't do that. So this study doesn't show that. Some of the complaints, well, it was only 80 people in an age max and another 80 people, so basically 160 people in the entire comparison. Remember, the vegans crow like crazy over this data from Dean Ornish from the 1980s, where they had 20 people, which showed almost minimal change, and all of a sudden a vegan diet reverses heart disease, which is at best a questionable argument. And also it was a multimodal study where they looked at all kinds of things: lifestyle, smoking cessation, alcohol cessation, meditation, exercise. Wasn't even a vegan diet, by the way. All right, guys, fun times. Let the games begin. It's like the rebel scum. We are the rebel scum. And we got a long fight against. We got a long fight ahead of us, guys, but I think we're all up to it. Thanks for watching, guys. We will hopefully see some of you guys at 10 a.m. Pacific time so we can talk to Nick Norwitz, Dave Feldman, two of the principal authors of the study that is being published on this, okay? See you then. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.